Good morning. Here it is, Saturday morning. What better day? I couldn't think of a better day but to work back and glutes. For today's workout, you're going to need some form of a medicine ball. If you don't have a medicine ball, you can use one weight holding it end to end. You can either find a soccer ball or a basketball to use as well. Also, if you have this type of booty band, we will be making use of that. If you don't have one, like I always say, improvise. You can grab some pantyhose, tie it together to make it a circle, or even some long socks. All right, let's get warmed up. So find a ball to use. We're going to start with 10 wall ball throws. Now this isn't the most accessible for most of you. Here, I can't do that either. So what we're going to do, if you don't have a wall that you can actually smash it against, all you're going to do is toss that ball up overhead. So we've got 10 of those to start. So feet are a little bit wider than hip width apart. Ball is starting here at the chest. We're going to inhale down, exhale, push it up, or drive it against that wall, catch it, take it to the chest right away. 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to take that ball overhead, lock those shoulders up nice and strong, and then we're going to jog it out, coming into some butt kickers for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep that ball up overhead. We're coming into 10 smash downs. So that ball's coming down and through, right back up again. Strong down. Get the power in the legs. 5 more. That's 2. And 1. Taking that ball, lock it up overhead, feet together. We've got 10 jacks. Ball stays up overhead, jacking the legs in and out. 1, 2, 3. Soften through the knees. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's start back from the top. Feet are wide. Ball toss overhead, or if you have, again, that wall to smash it against. Ball starts from the chest, squatting it down, tossing it against the wall or up overhead for 10 more. Again, strong, powerful legs to get that push off. 3, 2, 1. Taking that ball, locking it up overhead. We've got butt kickers for 10 seconds. Heels come to the butt. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Separate the feet. We've got 10 smash downs. Arms start up nice and high, down and through. Fast, down. Another 5. Down, up, nice and big. 2, 1. Holding that ball overhead. We've got 10 jacks, so feet start together. Locking those shoulders out. Go for 10. Those jacks aren't working for you. You can stick with that lower impact side step. 3, 2, 1. One more time through. Squat toss or ball throws to the wall. Go down, up. Get some power coming from those arms as well. Push off. Ball comes right back to the chest. 3, 2, 1. Take that ball overhead. 10-second butt kickers. Go. Tracking into that core nice and strong. 2, 1. Taking it into smash downs. Ball stays up high. Feet nice and wide apart. Go down and through for 10. Halfway there. 5 more. 4. Come on, hit those hips low each time. And 1. Locking that ball back up overhead, feet start together. 10 more jacks or step outs. 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. Set that ball aside, rolling the shoulders out, forward and back. All right, slowing that breath down. We're gonna get into it today. So it's a 10s and 20s style workout. So we're only circuiting twice through. We're alternating between 10 reps of the first exercise, 20 reps of the second exercise. And then that second round, we're gonna switch up the 10s and 20s. So grabbing a couple heavier weights or a kettlebell to start, we've got 10 deadlifts. If you have a really fancy home gym, you can grab a barbell for these deadlifts. We're actually gonna start down low here. So weights are gonna be in front. Feet are just hip width apart with these deadlifts. You really, really wanna focus on protecting that lower back with these deadlifts. So locking that, engaging that core, that's gonna help strengthen and support the low back. So weights are down in front. Our weight is shifted back to the heels here. Guarding in through the glutes, in through the quads and thighs. And let's go. Pushing in through those hamstrings, low back, glutes, get that pull up. Right back down to starting position. You do not have to rest the weights down each time. Hover just above the feet, right back up again. Your back, spine is staying nice and flat with these 10 deadlifts. Go for 5 more. Remember, it's only 10 reps. You can lift a bit heavier with these ones. Do it. Drive it up. Watch that the weight isn't shifting towards the toes, especially on that way down. Go for 10, up. Boom, take it all the way back down. Finish off that movement. Nice work. All right, grabbing one weight or even that medicine ball. It's here at the chest. Feet are hip width apart. We're coming into a low squat pulse. So we're squatting it down, holding that low squat position, and we're pulsing 20 small pulses. Up, down, all right? Let's do it. Down and up. Give those toes a little wiggle. That way we're not pressing onto the toes, we're back in the heels. We're at 10 already. Squeezing through that core. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Shake it out. Next 10. We've got good mornings. So good mornings are going to target hamstrings and lower back. So this one, no weights. Hands are back behind the head. Feet are just a little bit wider than hip width apart. A little bit of a bend to the knees, and where that hinge is coming from the hips. So as we drop that chest down low, we're sticking the butt back behind us. So we're creating that number 7 shape or that L shape, and then using the low back to get the pull up. So we've got 10 good mornings. Inhaling to lower down. Exhaling, squeezing back up. So give those glutes a good squeeze on the way up. Remember, today is all about the back and glutes. Make sure they're turned on. Squeeze at the top. Watch those elbows aren't dropping down as we're hinging forward. Making that upper back work to support and stabilize. Slow it down. Give me 3 more. Inhale to lower. Exhale back up. Remember, the hinge is coming from the hips. We're not rounding out that back. 1 more, just for good measure. Good. Remember, round 2, that's going to be 20. That was your warm-up for the good mornings. 20 band squats. So grabbing a band. If you don't have a band, do not worry about it. If you don't have anything that you can use, you do have a band. It's coming up above the knees. So 3-part squat with this one. We're starting with squatting down at midline, and then on the way up, we're going to step it out to the right, back down to midline, and then stepping out left. What are we at, 20? Yes, so we've got 20 of these guys. We're really going to fire up those outer glutes. Are you ready for this? It's going to feel good. Squat it down to the right, down to the left. There's 2. And 4, good. Back stays flat, watch those shoulders aren't rounding forward to the front. There's 6, keep it low each and every time. There's 10, nice, halfway there. Are you breathing? Stick with it, hit those hips low. 14. Round 2 with this one will be a breeze. Here you are, last 4. Keep it low. Right, together, left, and there's your 20. Nice. Outer glutes are on fire, yeah? All right, we've got a staggered stance reverse fly for our back, so take that band off. 2 dumbbells. Staggered stance, one foot in front, the other foot behind. Deep bend to that front leg. Same thing with the good mornings. The hinge is coming from the hips. Chest is nice and low. You want to plug those shoulders back in the shoulder socket. Soften through the elbows, so a little bit of a bend. With this one, we're flying the arms almost behind the shoulders. So we're getting lower and mid traps with this fly, as opposed to the weights coming right level with the shoulders. They're coming back behind the body a little bit more. For 10. Plug those shoulders back, and let's go. Squeeze. Mid and lower traps at the top of this movement. Find that control. Descend as those weights come down. Here we are. Last 4. 3. You've got it. Squeeze. And 1. Nice. Round 2 will be fun with that one, with those 20 reps. We are on to tabletop glute circles. So, we're down here on the mat. If you need to double up the mat for wrists and for knees, go for it. Or you can just fold that mat over. We've got 20 glute circles each side. So you want to lock in that low back, tuck that belly button in and under. I'm starting with the one leg, and it's going to come out. So it's going to abduct out to the side, and then we're going to create small circles forward with that knee. Now, as I lift that knee off, try not to transition the weight over to the other side. So we want to keep weight even either side of the hands, and then even on the hips as well. So let's start with one side. Let's get that abduction first, and then small 20 glute circles. This one does require a lot of stability coming from the core. Keep it turned on strong. Doing good. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take that knee back down, readjust, slide the shoulders down away from the ears. Exact same thing, other side. Get that abduction first, and forward circles. Keep it small. Weight is even on the hands. Square out the shoulders. We're halfway there. Give me another 10. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. We're staying down on the mat. We've got Superwomans. Coming flat down on the tummy. This is only 10. So hands are out level with the shoulders, tucking those toes under. Feet are in line with the hips. So on the way up, we're squeezing in through that mid and lower back to get chest and shoulders lifted off at the same time. We're going to get those legs lifted off as well. Thighs are squeezed nice and strong so we get that kneecap lift, and then right back down. So we've got 10 of these guys. Plug those shoulders down, away from the ears, and let's go. Up, pause at the top if you need to, squeeze for 2. Make sure we're looking down at the mat, we're not overextending into the neck. Should be feeling this one in mid and lower back as well as in those glutes. 5 more. Breathing into it, give me 2 more. Squeeze, hold at the top. Another one. Nice work. Good, last but not least, we've got hip thrusters. So we're gonna actually roll it on over. If you have one dumbbell here, holding that dumbbell end to end, or a kettlebell works as well. We're into this bridge lift position. Weight is gonna be resting here on those hip bones. So the 2 bony prominences just in front, just below the abdomen, that's where that weight is resting. You want to walk the heels in nice and close to the butt. What we're going to do, squeeze the glutes, tucking those hips under, lifting, pressing up onto the shoulders, and control, slow and controlled, back down. So we've got 20 hip thrusters. Give me a deep breath here, and let's go. Drive those hips straight up, slow, controlled down. If you want to pause at the top here, give an extra glute squeeze. Up the body, down and relax, focusing on the breath with this one, especially if you've got a heavier weight on those hips. Don't feel like you need to use a weight. This obviously just adding a little extra resistance, making those muscles work that much harder. We're halfway there. Give me 10 more. Find that control coming back down. Last 5. Should be feeling it enter that booty by now. 2 more, up. And finish off that 20, easy, down. Beautiful, good. Round 1 is done. Grab a drink if you need to. And then we are on to round 2. Now we're reversing the 10s and 20s for this one. So we started with these big, strong, heavy deadlifts. This round, we've got 20 deadlifts. So if you need to drop down in weight, do so. Exact same form that we used starting out. So feet are hip width apart. We are starting down low. Weight is back on the heels. Hips are back. We're driving into hamstrings, driving into glutes, and low back to get that stand up. 20 reps. Here we go. Make it count each and every time. Control those weights as they're lowering back down to the floor. Inhale to lower. Exhale. Drive it up. How we feeling, guys? Lock it in strong. We made it to 10. Go for 10 more. Slow that pace down if you need to. Really, really focus on the form. These deadlifts can be technical. So rather than rushing through it, focus on a different area each rep until you get it all combined perfectly together. Last 4. Full stand up each time. And down, down, down. Drive it up. Yeah. Woo. That was a top 20. Medicine ball or one weight here at the chest. We've got a low squat pulse. It's only 10, so keep it as low as you can. Pull those shoulder blades back. Let it sit it nice and low, and then small pulses. 10 pulse. Let's go. 10, 9, easy peasy. 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Next one, we've got good morning. So hands are behind the head, feet are hip width apart. This one, remember, the hinge is coming from the hips. Keep a little bit of a bend to the knees so that they're not totally locked out, but the knees don't flex or extend anymore. All that movement is coming from the hips. 20 good mornings. Inhale to lower, exhale, hamstrings, glutes, and low back to get that stand up. So allowing those hips, allow the butt to stick back as we lower the chest down. Keeping lengthened through the neck. Smiles are still on our faces. Halfway there, get that strong glute squeeze at the top. Another 10. Inhale, lower with control. Exhale, back up. Squeezing those shoulders back. Last 4, you're doing good. Let's go for 2 more. Keep it up. Last one, last one. And 20, good stuff. All right, what do we have? We've got band squats, our favorite. Find that band, band's coming just above the knees. No weights necessary for this one. This is just 10 reps, so we're squatting down at midline and then over to the right, back down to midline, stepping over to the left. Ready for this? Keep it low and then step it over right, together, and left. There's 2 already. Try not to get that full stand up at the top. Keep it low. to 6. Last one each side. Mid right, mid left, and you did it. You made it to 10. That's why we started with a 20 with those guys. Take the band off. We've got a reverse fly. This one is 20 reps, so if you need to drop down in weights, go for it. I would rather that form be on par than you try to overexert yourself and end up with an injury. So, bent knee in front, nice wide stance. We're gonna hinge it forward at the hips, plug those shoulders back, keep a little bit of a bend to the elbows, and then flying those weights back behind the shoulders. Does not have to be a huge movement as long as you're feeling that strong contraction at the top. Mid and upper back, working hard for this one. Easy on that way down. There's 10, we've got 10 more, keep it up. Pause at the top for a squeeze if you need to. Feel those muscles turned on, working big. There we go, 4 more. 3 more, breathing through. And last one, love it. Stand it up, shake it out. Also getting a lot of those stabilizer muscles working, glutes and hamstring, just to maintain that position for those 20 reps. We are down for those tabletop glute circles, hands and knees. We've only got 10 circles, but this time we're gonna circle backwards. So exact same setup, hands and hands are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. We're gonna come into that hip abduction, only we're circling backwards this time. So 10 backwards circles. Let's go. Try not to shift too much weight to the other side. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take that leg back down. Exact same thing, other side. So hit that abduction first. Knee comes out to the side before we even start that movement, and circle it back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Staying down on the mat, we have our super women's. We've got 10 of these this time. Oh, sorry. 20. Haha, we've got 20. That didn't seem right. Toes are tucked under. Hands are extended out level with the shoulders. So deep breath in, we're gonna raise everything off, chest and shoulders and those thighs, and then taking it right back down. We've got 20, let's do this. Try not to rush through these ones. Feel that contraction in through the low back. This is an area of weakness for a lot of people. So really, really necessary for this one. Helps with lower back pain. Helps protect the spine, those muscles running along the length of the spine. Correcting any imbalances between front and back body. Here we are, we're halfway there. Give me another 10. Squeeze at the top. Squeeze in through those kneecaps. Get that full thigh lift off if you can. Last 4, up. 2 more. Boom, good. Finish off that 20, grab one dumbbell, roll it over. We've got weighted hip thrusters. This is your last one, and then we've got a little bit of core to finish off. So weight here is resting on those hip bones. So there should be no weight on the stomach itself. It's resting right here on the hip bones. Walking the heels close in towards the butt, sliding the shoulders down away from the ears, and let's do this. Easy 10, squeeze those glutes at the top, controlling back down. Give me 5 more, don't rush through this, especially on that descent. Last 2, easy down. And 1. Done, awesome Awesome work. All right, grab a drink. We have a little bit of core to finish off. All right, on to core. Core, there's only 4 different exercises, but same sort of style. We're alternating between 10s and 20s. So down here on the mat, we're starting with 20 frog crunches. I've said this many times before, these are one of my favorite styles of crunches. So soles of the feet are together, insides of the feet are together, knees are outwards, and we're coming all the way back down on our backs, tucking those hips under so that there's no dip, there's no arch in the low back. Hands can come resting behind the neck or back behind the head. We're starting with 20 frog crunches. Okay, Mav, out of there. Thank you. Deep breath in, and let's go. Crunch away. Peel those shoulder blades off the mat. Control, easy. Back down. Same thing. Don't rush through this one. If you're getting a good shaking through the abdomen, that means you're doing it right. Enough, Maverick. Halfway there. Give me 10 more. Try not to hold the breath. Breathe it through each and every time. 5, 4, 3, last 2. Right up, nice and big. And 1. All right. Next one, our 10 reps. If you have one single dumbbell or a medicine ball, grab that medicine ball. And we've got crunches with this one. So we're actually coming into that pullover, that lat pullover. So weight is coming back behind the head. And then we're going to crunch it up. But on the way up, we're going to take it to the outside of the knees, right side, back down. And then that ball's coming midline here. Just crunching, not that full sit-up, back down. And then coming over to the left side. So we're getting those obliques working hard in there as well. We've got 10. Ready for this one? Inhale to open it up. Exhale to crunch for 1. Inhale down. Exhale to midline. Take it up. 2. 3. Take it over to the other side. Back for start. 5. We're halfway there. Don't rush it. Watch that low back isn't lifting off, especially as that ball comes back behind the head. Last 2. And 1 more. Finish off with 10. Good. Last 2 exercises. We are rolling over onto hands and knees. We're in a bear hold. So bear hold here in tabletop. We're actually going to tuck the toes under and lift the knees off the floor just a couple inches. We don't want to lift it so high that our hips are lifting up. And from here, we can sidestep, or we can actually jack the feet out for 20 reps. So if we're sidestepping, 20 here, or jack. Both feet at the same time. Try to maintain that hover. All right, lock it in through front core. Ready? Let's go. Keep it low. Doesn't have to be a wide jack. There's 10. Give me 10 more. Out and in. Shoulders are down away from the ears. Keep that hover. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Quads are on fire for that one. Last one. Rolling it back on over. We've got 10 knee tucks. So knee tucks from a V-sit position. So hands are coming back down behind the hips. Big thing with this one though is that the hands are not taking all of the body weight. They're just resting there very gently. Heels are coming off. We're going to open it up and then tuck those knees into the chest for 10 reps. Pulling chest and shoulders back. Let's go. Inhale to open, exhale to tuck. Keeping lengthening through the neck. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. You got it. 1 round done, 1 round to go. Starting with those frog crunches, it's 10 this time. We did 20 the first time, so 10 the second round. So find that butterfly position and then take it all the way back down. Hands resting gently behind the head or the neck. Anytime we're in this crunch position, we don't want to use the hands to give any lift. They're just resting back behind. 10 frog crunches, let's do it. Big peel off. Still breathing through, right? Here we are, last 4, 3, 2, one more. Yeah. All right, grab that single dumbbell or your medicine ball. We've got our crunch to the right, crunch to mid, crunch to left. For 20 this time. So we're getting that overhead first, and then as that ball comes up, we're following the ball, lifting those shoulder blades off into that crunch, right side, back down, mid, back down, and then take it over left. Keep going with that. Inhale to open, exhale to crunch. 20 reps with this round. You're gonna be feeling good by the end of this. Halfway there, here we go, last 10. Try not to use momentum, make those abdominals work. Last 4, 3, 2, finish it off, one more. Good. Set that aside. We are on over to our bear hold jacks or toe taps. Only 10 this round. Hands and shoulders are in the same line, same with knees and hips. Sliding those shoulders down, tucking the toes under. Get that little bit of a lift off first, and then you're stepping, side-stepping, or jacking the feet out. Let's go for 10. Tracking into that core the whole time, not letting that belly button sag down towards the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful, no big deal. Roll it on over. Last but not least, you have 20 knee taps this time. Woo! Killer to finish off. So find that little bit of a lean back just till you feel that core kick in. Heels are off. Let's go for 20. Inhale to open, exhale to tuck. Open it up in through chest and shoulders. Keep breathing. We made it to 10. You got 10 more and that's it. Love it. 6, 2, 1. Boom. Good. Grab a drink if you need to. Otherwise, stay here on the mat. We're going to stretch our hip flexors out and glutes. All right. So coming into this butterfly sit position, soles of the feet are together, knees are out. You can grab here at the shins. You can grab around the ankles, sitting them on up nice and tall. So you should be feeling this one, inner thighs, maybe a little bit in the outside of those glutes. Slowing the breath down. So keeping one leg in the position where it is, you're going to guide that other leg. It's actually going to come around behind the body. Now, depending on how those hip flexors and quads are feeling, maybe that knee still stays pointed towards the front or the corner of the mat. If you need a little bit more stretch, you can guide that leg so that the knee is facing the front of that mat. So again, sitting on up nice and tall, we're not leaning into that hip, sitting up tall. Should be feeling a nice pull in through hip flexors and in through quads. If you want to add a little spiral twist to this, you're twisting towards the knee that's in front. Looking over top of that shoulder, keeping length in through the neck. No turtlenecks here. Nice and slowly unwind, help that leg, guide it back around into that starting position. Take a breath here, and then take that other leg around. Guide it around. One side may feel a little bit different than the other, so just as needed. If it's feeling too intense, you can point that knee towards the front of the mat a little bit. Finding length in through the spine, sitting it on up tall, breathing into that stretch, into those hip flexors. And then if you want to, add a little bit of a spinal twist to this one. Nice, good. Taking both feet out in front, shake those legs out. We're gonna take our right foot, cross it over top of that left leg stays extended. Interlace the hands on that knee into that knee in front. glutes with this one. You can hold it here, or again, spider, you can add a little bit of a spinal twist. Go, spider. Shoot. If you are getting that spinal twist, make sure upper body is down and relaxed, breathing into low back. Let that go. Switch it up, other side. So tucking that knee in towards the chest as we're sitting down a little bit taller. And if you want to, give that knee a little bit of a hug, find that twist. Yes. Well done. Love me a good old back and glute workout. Hopefully you guys have an awesome weekend, and we will